Video 3 we will deal with midbrain. Okay, so as we've already seen this in video 2, so midbrain is a short constricted segment of brain which forms a connection between cerebrum and other parts of brain. Okay, so this is constricted segment which actually attaches the cerebrum and the other parts of the brain, so that is called as midbrain, and it is also found in the mid, which connects the cerebrum and other parts of the brain, that is the brain stem. Okay, so under that you have various parts, that is cerebral peduncles, cerebral aqueduct, superior colliculi, and then inferior colliculi, nuclei of third and fourth cranial nerves. Okay, so when we talk about cerebral peduncles, which are two thick bundles present ventrally. Okay, so dorsal side is the upper part, ventral side is the lower part. Okay, so these cerebral peduncles, they are two thick bundles. Bundles means like thick fibers. Okay, so if you say bundle, okay, for example take my hair. Okay, so if you say bundle, you have so many hairs together, so like this all the nerves. Okay, so it forms a bundle. Okay, so here you see that these are two thick, like that you have two thick bundles present ventrally. Okay, that is lying ventrally on the lower side. They are separated by deep depression. Okay, so there is a deep depression and it separates the two bundles. So cerebral peduncles means nothing, they are the two thick bundles which are present ventrally. Okay, when dorsal means upper part, ventral means lower part. Okay, and they are separated by a deep depression. These both the bundles are separated by a deep depression. Secondly, cerebral aqueduct. What is it? It is a narrow canal which passes through the center of midbrain. Canal means an empty space. Okay, so like that it enters a narrow canal which is found in the center of the midbrain. This canal consists the cavity of third and fourth ventricle. So in this canal you can see that there is third and fourth ventricle. Okay, we will be studying about ventricles later. Okay, so we have seen about third ventricle. So in this cerebral aqueduct, it is a narrow canal which passes through the center of midbrain. It passes through the center of the midbrain. Then this canal connects the cavity of third and fourth ventricle. Okay, so it connects the third and fourth ventricle. Next one is superior colliculi, colliculi. What is this? It is a pair of rounded bodies. It is like a pair, two rounded bodies present at the root of aqueduct. Okay, when we see cerebral aqueduct, from where this aqueduct is coming, at that root you find the super colliculi. Okay, so it is a pair of rounded bodies present at the root of aqueduct. They are the reflex centers for hearing. So they help in hearing. They are the reflex center for hearing. The super colliculi, which are round bodies situated at the root of the aqueduct, and their function is they are the reflex centers for hearing. Superior means up, inferior means low. Okay, so inferior colliculi is the inferior pair are also present. This are also found at the root of aqueduct. They conduct the nerve centers for hearing. So they contain the nerve centers for hearing. Both are same, but that is found in the superior. But then you have again, at the root of the aqueduct, these are also found at the root of the aqueduct. Okay, but they are found inferiorly. They contain the reflex centers for hearing. They also has got reflex centers for hearing. Both are the same. Their situation is same, their location is same, their function is same. Superior and inferior colliculi. Next you have nuclei of third and fourth cranial nerves which are present in the midbrain. So in the midbrain you also have nuclei of third and fourth ventricle, fourth cranial nerve, sorry. Okay, so nuclei of third and fourth nerves, these are present in the midbrain. Okay, so this is about the midbrain. We have seen what is midbrain, and then cerebral peduncles. It is a thick bundles present ventrally and it is separated by a deep depression. And then cerebral aqueduct, we have seen what is superior and inferior colliculi. It is situated near the root of the aqueduct and they contain the reflex center for hearing. Talking about cerebral aqueduct, it is a narrow canal, okay, it is a space, okay, narrow canal which passes through the center of the midbrain. So it passes in the center of the midbrain and this has got third and fourth ventricle. Okay, the nuclei of third and fourth cranial nerves are present in the midbrain. So this is about midbrain. We are still studying the total structure of the brain. We are finished with cerebrum in the first video, second video cerebellum, then this third video we are seeing about midbrain. Next we will go to pons. After pons we will see medulla oblongata. Okay, so pons. Now this is under the cerebellum. So first you have cerebrum, then you have cerebellum, then you have midbrain, and this pons also comes under cerebellum. Okay, that is the second structure of the brain. Then it contains both grey matter and white matter. All the structures have got grey matter and white matter. Okay, it forms a bridge between the two lobes of cerebellum. So this is forming, it is forming a bridge between the two lobes of cerebellum. Okay, the nerve fibers pass through pons to midbrain above and medulla oblongata below. So we see that nerve fibers pass through the pons to midbrain above the medulla oblongata below. So all these nerve fibers are actually passing to the pons to the midbrain above the medulla oblongata. So below it is the medulla oblongata, above you have this pons, and to the midbrain all the nerve fibers they go to the pons, then to the midbrain which is above the medulla oblongata, okay, and below medulla oblongata. Now pons contains nuclei for the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th cranial nerve. So in midbrain we have seen that there is 3rd and 4th cranial nerve, and here you have 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th cranial nerves. Okay, so pons contains nuclei for the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th cranial nerves. Next you have medulla oblongata. So it is the part of the brain which forms the upward continuation of spinal cord. Okay, so it is a part of brain which forms the upward continuation of spinal cord. So we see that it is a part of the brain which forms the upper continuation of spinal cord, because we know that all these three structures already we have studied: midbrain, pons, medulla oblongata, it forms the brain stem. Brain stem only will be connecting to the spinal cord. So when you see the connection of the spinal cord, which is the upper part, it is the medulla oblongata. Okay, so it is a part of the brain which forms the upward continuation of spinal cord, because from the medulla oblongata only the spinal cord forms. Okay, it lies on the base of skull just in front of foramen magnum. So we see that it lies at the base of the skull. So in the skull, if you see at the base of the skull, okay, you can see that just in front. So it is exactly at the base of the skull in front of the foramen magnum. Okay, the medulla oblongata contains two ridges on the ventral surface called pyramid. So it is a part of brain which forms the upward continuation of spinal cord. Next, it lies on the base, that is below end of the skull and in front of the foramen magnum. Then the medulla oblongata, it contains two ridges. Okay, so you can see that there is two ridges on the ventral surface, okay, called pyramids. Okay, so the medulla oblongata, it has got two ridges on the ventral surface which is called as pyramids. Now what is this pyramids? The pyramids are formed by a number of nerve fibers which descend from cerebral hemispheres into the spinal cord. Now these pyramids are actually formed by number of nerve fibers. Already we have seen in grey matter, right, where number of nerve fibers are present. So this is also formed by number of nerve fibers which is actually descending, means coming down, okay, coming down from cerebral hemisphere into the spinal cord. We know that medulla oblongata is the front upper part, continuation of the spinal cord, and then you see that this spine, this medulla oblongata has got two ridges which are called as the, on the ventral surface, which is called as the pyramids, and these pyramids are formed. What are these pyramids? They are formed by numerous nerve fibers which are coming down. Descend means coming down, okay, from the cerebral hemisphere, from cerebrum, okay, all the nerve fibers are coming down through these, and it is forming a pyramid, and it is entering into the spinal cord. Okay, next, before they enter into the spinal cord, the fibers of one side cross with those of the other side. So now nerve fibers are coming like this, straight, right? So what will happen? They will cross with each other. Okay, so they will cross and they will form. Okay, so they will be like X. So all this side, it will be crossing, 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 and the nerve fibers are entering into the spinal cord. All these fibers are crossing with each other and entering, okay, like this. So they cross with each other, nerve fibers, pyramids, okay, and they enter into the spinal cord. Okay, before they enter into the spinal cord, the fibers of one side cross with the other side. This crossing of nerve fibers is called decussation of pyramids. What are these for pyramids? These are formed by the nerve fibers, which is descending or coming down from the cerebral hemisphere, and it is entering into the spinal cord. Before it is entering into the spinal cord, what is happening? There is a crossing of the fibers, and that is called as decussation of pyramids. Okay, because of this crossing, injury to one side of the brain produces paralysis of the muscles of opposite side. Okay, now all this is crossing with each other. So if right side is affected, then automatically it affects the left side. Because of this crossing, injury to one side of the brain produces paralysis of the muscle of the opposite side. Okay, now right side will become, when it is crossing over, right will become left, left will become right. So whenever there is an injury to the brain, if right side is affected, it will affect the left side of the person. Okay, so this is the reason, because there is a crossing over of the nerve fiber as it is entering into the spinal cord, which is called as decussation of pyramids. Because of this crossing, injury to one side of the brain produces paralysis of the muscles of opposite side. Okay, opposite side. Then the medulla oblongata contains nuclei for 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th cranial nerves. So this medulla oblongata, it contains nuclei for 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th cranial nerves. Already we have seen that midbrain contains 3rd and 4th nuclei, right? And we have seen that in the pons that it is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th cranial nerves, and in medulla oblongata you have nuclei for 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th cranial nerves. Okay, so this is all about the structure of the brain, which we have seen in 3 videos. Now I will summarize the structure of brain. So by now you should have studied, 3 days I have posted. So now you should be thorough of the structure of the brain. Okay, so from the beginning we have seen nervous system is divided into 2, that is a central nervous system and then peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system constitutes about brain and then spinal cord, and then peripheral we have seen it constitutes about cranial, spinal, autonomic nervous system. So in the brain we have seen that there are structures, 5 structures: cerebrum, cerebellum, midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. Already we have studied, now you should be knowing. So what are the 3 structures which forms the brain stem? It is the midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. After that we have seen cerebrum. So what is cerebrum? It is the largest part of the brain, and then we have seen parts: right hemisphere, left hemisphere, which is divided by 2, falci, cerebri, corpus callosum we have studied, and lobes: frontal, parietal, temporal, occipital. Okay, Then we have seen fissures. There are again 4 fissures that we have seen: central sulcus, parieto-occipital sulcus, chalazo-marginal fissure, then sylvian fissure. There are 4 fissures. And then we have studied about grey matter, white matter. Okay, so white matter contains nerve fibers. Sorry, okay, I told there grey matter. Okay, so white matter contains the nerve fibers, and nerve cells are found in the grey matter. Okay, now talking about, we have seen about functions of cerebrum, motor and sensory. So this is handled by motor cortex and sensory cortex. Then we have seen about specialized structures of grey matter. Under that, 3 structures we studied: basal ganglia, thalamus, hypothalamus. And we have seen what are the functions, where are they situated. Next we have dealt with cerebellum, where it is situated, and then again here you have outer grey matter which has the nerve cells, and then you have the inner white matter which has got the nerve fibers. Okay, then we have dealt with functions of cerebellum, mainly dealing with muscular movements. Okay, it releases muscle tension, and then maintenance of balance and equilibrium. Next we have studied about midbrain in the 3rd video in this video, and then we have studied about cerebral peduncle, cerebral aqueduct, superior colliculi, inferior colliculi, nuclei of 3rd and 4th cranial nerves. Next, after that, we have dealt with pons and medulla oblongata. Where is pons situated, where is medulla oblongata situated, and what are the structure of it, and what are the cranial nerves that is found in it. Okay, so remember one thing, what is decussation of pyramid? It is the crossing over of the nerve fibers. So once when there is a brain injury, the opposite side of the person will get affected. For example, if right side of the brain is affected, what happens? The left side of the person becomes paralysis, and this is because of the crossing over of the pyramid, which is called as decussation of pyramids. Okay, I hope you have understood. So with this, structure of brain is over. Now you should learn the diagram. Okay, you should know the structure of all what we have studied. Where is the sulci, where is the lobe, and where are the structures, of the brain. Okay, you should learn it in detail. Okay.